Here we go, folks. Let's try this again. Hopefully you're live. Hopefully, ladies and gents, you can hear me. So, if you can, please let me know. I think Jack's going to try to get the post back out again. Sorry about this, ladies and gents, if you can hear me. I hope you can. If you can hear me, everybody, good evening. I hope you can. I have no idea what's going on this evening. I am so sorry about this. Well, welcome, if you can hear me, again, to round 2 of the MRS Championship, Season 9, and we saw a fantastic race. Oh, you can hear me. Fantastic. I've just heard myself. Wait, right, good evening. Let's start this again. Ladies and gentlemen, hello, good evening, one and all. Well, it took us 10 minutes or so to get through to you all, but now we're good. Now we're ready. And, yeah, we saw a fantastic opening round the fantastic Imola circuit. Now we're here in the sunny Brazil, another iconic circuit and historical circuit in the Formula 1 calendar. 11 drivers again. We saw some great opening laps from Grimont Monster and Liquid Gas, but Blood Diamond set the pace early on. Now then, we don't know the weather just yet for the race. It's going to be an interesting one. Are we going to see rain? Because when we come to Brazil, it does not rain. It monsoons. And that is not anything if you're American at this moment in time. Or if you live in England, because, wow, Monster, by 1,000th of a second, has taken provisional pole. Great lap from him. That's fantastic. Still 6 minutes left. And as I said, we know this track really, really ramps up. So this is going to be an interesting one. See how we go, ladies and gents. Like I said, please do get involved in the YouTube chat. Please do hit the like button as well. And just before the end, we will go on and on a lap with, let's have a look, where is the winner from last time out? Mr. Jack Rockley and Liquid Gas. Just going nice and easy on those medium tyres. Don't want to take too much life out of them, but we're going to go on board with him as we start. What, maybe 2 push laps, but we'll see. He's taking a wide line. I don't know if he's going to do a few opening laps. I think he is. He's not. He's going up the hill. He's in hot lap mode. So let's have a look on board. I think he may do 2 laps, but up the long, long, never-ending hill to the heights of the gods, takes the wide line before he breaks very late around the 50-metre board into the turn 1. The Senna S's, many fantastic overtakes over time. There's turn 2, there's turn 3, the curve of Jasol down the long straight, the second DRS zone, really the first DRS zone, late braking again into Casa de Lago 4 and 5. Easy to run wide through there and validate your lap time and really hurt yourself. And then the very, very narrow up the hill, turn 6 and turn 7 up the hill, easy to run wide as well into turn 8. You can take a lot of the inside curve and doors, and the long turn 9, nice corner. That one is one of my favourites. And then little push into turn 10 and easy to run wide as well. Got to get a good exit down the hill into Magulo, down full throttle into turn 12 as Young Cow takes a little bit of the inside curve. We don't want to get too much of the exit curve because it can really hurt. Then 13 up the hill, that's turn 14, still DRS though, now wide open. Use the overtake button towards the line, takes that inside line again. Turn 17, you've just missed it. There it was, and it won 8.8 for the man on the medium tyres. Just beats his teammate with that one. So another good lap. Those medium tyres holding up well in qualifying to get the 108s. This is incredible laps that we've seen. And like I said before, well, I said it before, no one was listening because I have no idea why, but this is not equal performance like a lot of leagues do. This is a realistic performance. So what can Monster do in that Ferrari? What can the Red Bulls do? They're in 8th and 10th at the moment. Molson, here he is, he's in the Mercedes. They should be quite strong around here. What about the McLarens? Different team this week. than we saw last week, if my memory serves me correct, which it usually doesn't. Monster will will back me up on that one, that my memory is very, very poor. So they should be strong round here, but it's the RB of Blood Diamond and Thomas 2nd and 6th. Monster sort of on his own, the lone Ferrari, but 11 drivers, top 10 to score the points. You've got to finish. 36 laps coming, but it's clouded over a little bit here. Are we going to see... I don't think we'll see rain towards the end of this session. I think we'll be okay. But what is it going to be in store for us for 36 laps around this infamous circuit? Let me know your thoughts about the circuit. Let me know what you think of it. Are you a fan? Do you not? How do you rate your setups around here? Because this is one that you want that straight line speed up the hill. You want the traction as well outside of the slower corners, but some of them are quite long corners, so it may change the way that you set the car up. Do you want the heavy downforce for that middle sector, or are you going to try to hang on and hold tight with the hope that you're going to get the slipstream and the DRS down the main 2 DRS straights that we have here? Let's have a look. What is Gordon Ramsay doing? Is he Gordon Ramsay, or is he a bit more of a little bit softer Jamie Oliver? We will see as he's gearing up now. I think to start his lap, there we go, his hot lap, did it late. Well, let's go, let's see what he can do. DRS wide open on the beautiful papaya. I'm not biased, but I am. Gets the grass on the way in, may have destabilised the car, just under braking a little bit, takes a lot of the inside line there. To turn 2, but okay on the exit, runs a little bit wide, use some of that grass, not going to help the traction very much. He used quite a bit of his battery in this first sector. 2.5 tenths up as we stand. There's now a minute left. People are going to be looking to use their final set of tyres. Are they going to do one more lap? Actually, a little bit snaky at the top of the hills, struggling with the rear, really pushing hard, getting the throttle down as much as he can, use every button. He's invalidated his lap. Oh, I think he hit the wall. He did. Oh, we'll ignore that. Oh, Connor, good evening in an Alpine. Hello, welcome. So 12 drivers we have now. Monster doing a lap on the medium tyres. Let's have a look. Who else is on a lap just ahead? It is Blood Diamond doing his final run. What can he pull out of these soft tyres now? And it's going to be interesting to see what people do for strategies, because you can do the one stop quite easily around here. Yeah, actually, yeah. Moving on. Retiring and there after his lap. Grimo takes provisional pole, the death. Great lap from him. Love to see it. His teammates on a lap as well, done a few laps on those mediums. Be interested to see if he can go any quicker. But with them being an equal performance, those tyres we've seen, people are going quicker later on in those qualifying stints. We saw it at Imola in the first race of the season. Oh, was that Red Bull? You may have put Blood Diamond off just a little bit. That'll be Mike Taylor, I think. Oh, a little bit snaky. That's going to hamper the run up from Junkyard up to the finish line, but using the overtake, using every little last bit of that battery as he scampers towards the line, takes the bumpy route. Can he get pole? No, he can't. He can't. Monster doesn't improve. Where's Jack? I think he's bailed. He has invalidated. What about Mike Taylor? He's bailed as well. That's Grimo. Grimo takes pole position. Round 2 of MRS. Grimo in pole position. What a fantastic last gasp lap from him. Blood Diamond in second. Monster, the great qualifying. He's in third. Dom Walsh. Difficult race for him last time out, if I remember rightly. Probably wrong again, so apologies, Dom. But he's in fourth, ahead of last week's winner, Liquid Gas. Vexman in sixth, then Thomas in seventh in the second RB. Mike Taylor in eighth. Then we've got SRL Trem. You're going to get nickname. Molson in 10th, then a bit of Jamie Oliver. Or is he a bit of Nigella in the kitchen? Ooh la la, we will wait and see what can he do in the race. And then Connor didn't set a lap time at the back of the grid. So good qualifying there. It went a little quicker because we didn't have a stream, so I do apologies, folks. But there we are. There is your starting lineup. Don't forget the top 4 this time are going to have to use that tyre that they set their faster lap times on. They don't always, I don't believe they have to use them at the start of the race, but they are going to have to use them at some point. So it's going to be interesting to see what they do with their tyre strategies. Like I said, the one-stop strategy is okay around here. The hards take a good few laps usually to warm up, but a solid race tyre. So the mediums, they can go quite long. If you're quite gentle on the throttle application, you can get them quite a long way. So don't forget, people, I know there's only 3 of you watching, but please do hit the like button, and please do get involved in the YouTube chat. Let me hear your thoughts on the qualifying. Let me know about the race. It's very cloudy here, so it's going to be an interesting one to see what people can do with their strategies. Because it's cloudy, the harder compound tyres will take that little bit longer to warm up. They won't offer the grip on the heavy fuel loads. We also saw last time out, don't forget that some of the drivers that were using the softer tyres early on, and the heavy fuel loads, personally, in my quite a few years of experience, don't tend to work. They get the grip off the line, but then you can get a bit caught because you don't always get the outright performance with the heavy fuel load and the grip and the response that you used to and you've just had in the qualifying session. So are we going to see a little bit alternate strategies? Maybe medium tyres? But who knows? Are we going to see rain? That's going to be another one. Are we going to see the rain come down here this evening? And if we do, well, what's that going to throw into the mix? Who's set themselves up a little bit for the rain? Has anybody set themselves up for the rain? That's the big question. If anybody would like to let me know in the YouTube, that would be absolutely awesome. We would love to hear it. Didn't have enough fuel. Oh, okay. Supposed to be fully dry, says Mr. Rockian. So, again, with the clouds, we could see a mix of strategies here. But yes, he's right. The clouds are looming. If it's approximate weather that they run here in MRS, it could potentially rain. It does have that capability of doing it. I've seen it before in elsewhere. Again, don't promote any other leagues. It's not professional of me to do that. But yeah, just waiting now for the drivers to set their strategies, set their fuel loads, make the tiny little changes that they can do in Parc Fermé. Gregory Mortier, I'm not sure which one you are, my friend, so in that, so, but you're going to mix wings, so be okay if it rains. Okay, that's interesting, that's good to hear. So, Monster's happy with his qualifying session, so you should be, my friend. It seems to be dry for him all the way through on his MFD radar, so that's going to be interesting. Mr. Chef. Miss Nigella Lawson is with us. So, good evening. I hope you don't mind that. So, the chef's with us. What are you going to cook up from there further back on the grid? Are you going to go on mixed strategy? We'll wait and see. Of course, don't give everything away. Don't give away your secrets. We want to see what comes in the next 36 laps. And I'm sure we're going to have a tasty, tasty race here. What can Moz do? What can Grimo do from pole? What can Nigella Lawson do from further back in the Papaya McLaren? Just waiting on the green light for this round 2 and the formation lap, and we will see what the drivers are going to choose for their strategies. Oh, there we go. Perfect timing. You'd think I knew. Complete not a fluke. But anyway, so let's have a look at the tyres. So, interesting. A lot of the drivers going with the soft. We thought about that for the top 4 anyway. Thomas has gone for the hard. Mike Taylor for the mediums. Nigella Lawson has gone for the mediums as well as Connor as well. But Connor didn't take part in qualifying, so he's got every set of tyres available to him. So this is going to be interesting because the people from 5th down, if they've saved a set of softs, which I do believe they will have done, if maybe they've saved us 2 sets, it's going to be interesting to see if they can take them a little bit longer into this race, bring themselves in. Let's have a look at the position change, because I like to look at that on the first lap when people are chopping and changing round. But there we go, look at that from the possible race strategies, soft to mediums and then softs to hards as well. So they are saying the one-stop strategy is the way to go, and the soft tyres could be a good race tyre. So it depends, like I said, who has kept a set, who has squandered them and are forced to use a used set at all throughout this race. So we will see. Again, short formation lap. Hopefully they've got enough heat into their tyres, but we will see as Grimmer will take us up the hill and line up on his grid spot. Can everybody park this week? Only one wouldn't do it last week. Let's hope they all can and have learned by now. There we are, folks, a good view from the back of the grid. We will change that liquid gas, so Jack is incapable of parking. He parked it like he stole it. And Aston Martin, that's not ideal. So let's have a look on board the pole sitter as we wait for the 5 red lights. And we have 3, 4 and 5 red lights. And round 2 of season 9 MRS is green light, and it is go. A lot of wheel spin for Grimmer, but that's also allowed Blood Diamond to come on the inside. A lot of weaving further back. Monster's got a good start. Grimmer takes the outside line, keeps hold of it. Oh, Blood Diamond gets a bit twitchy now to go wide. Is that going to allow Monster to come through? He's Monster's going on the outside. Liquid Gas is going as well. Monster gets through. Look at this further back. He's being pushed wide as Jack. That's now allowing Trev to come through, but look at the overspeed as well on those 2 cars. Look at that. Monster forced wide. Can he hold on? He just about can to third. Blood Diamond takes it back. Oh, there's a bit of a weave at the further back. A little bit of carnage. I think that was Trem. I don't know if that was Monster going one. Just the way the track goes, I don't believe there was any incident there. I hope Trem is okay with his wing. It looks like it. He hit the left side of the car. No damage there for him. I think it was Don Walsh. The other Red Bull had to... the lead Red Bull had to take avoidance action. He's okay, but the movers and shakers, Liquid Gas up 1, Thomas, Trent Molson up 2, Vexman, poor start unfortunately for the other Mercedes driver. He's down 3. Mike Taylor didn't get a good one either. He's down a couple of spots, but let's have a quick look. That could be to do with the tyres. Thomas is the big winner. He's on the hard tyres now. He's just going to have to bed that in. He knows the guys around are on the softs, but let's see what that does for him over the next couple of laps. Vexman pushing through, got through his teammate, and now, that's Trem. Oh, he's lost his end plate. He's lost damage. Poor lap for him. Trem, really not going well for you, my friend. That is so unlucky, but still 36 laps to go. A lot can happen round here, as we know, and we saw in Imola as well. Monster got a 3-second warning for going wide. I think he might have taken a board with him as well on the exit there, so that's not good for Monster. He needs to get his head down, refocus himself for the remainder of this race, because I said it is easy. And exit turn 4. Who's that? That's Dom. No, it wasn't. It's Mike. And he got 3 seconds for corner cutting. He was sideways. This game's funny, isn't it, folks? We love to see what they just decide they're going to bring out in terms of penalties. So, Nigel Lawson there in 10th. Connor's got through on Trem after the first lap excursions, but up front it is the Aston Martin of Grimwell. Let's get rid of those penalties for now. We know it's Monster and Taylor with 3, but look at this. Monster's having a little peek at Blood Diamond. That's the fastest lap in the process. Now DRS is enabled. Don't forget, after 1 lap now that it comes, it's a lap sooner than it used to be, but I'm sure we're all used to it now. Liquid Gas just sitting there, so the top 6 all within DRS of each other as it stands. Grimwell's got some good straight line speed in that Aston Martin. The rear light flashing now, could be using a little bit more of his ERS battery at this point to defend and trying to save it through this middle part, where it is difficult to overtake unless you get a good exit and a good run and you're very, very close. It's not a place you really want to send it down here, because the way the track bends left to right, there's a move, but it's easy to get it wrong and outbrake yourself. But Grimwell just doing what he needs to do. He needs, I think, about 6 to 7 tenths is the ideal defensive time you need, which Grimwell seems to have on the exit of Junkyard. Depends on his exit, depends on his battery usage as well. He's got to play this one smart. The ERS battery isn't as effective as you go through the gears. But I tell you what, never mind Blood Diamond attacking. This is Monster Gun. Is he going to have a look? He's not. He tried to have a little dabble and have a look, but couldn't make it work because of Blood Diamond. 3 seconds. We saw him get a bit twitchy there through turn 2. That's going to give Monster a little bit of confidence through there to see Blood Diamond snaking around just that little bit. Same with Jack as well. He'll see that. Grimo may see in his rear view mirror, but shows how much all of these drivers are pushing in these early stages. They've dropped Thomas a little bit. Don't forget, he's on the hard tyres, so he's got Don Walsh for company at this moment in time. Then there's a bit of a gap to Vexman, Taylor, Molson. Connor's got past of the chef, the TV dinner chef, and then we've got Trem at the back of the grid. Hasn't pitted yet, so he's just holding on to the back of his teammate at the back of the grid, unfortunately, at this moment in time. But he has got that wing damage. If he can manage it, and if he's got some outright pace, then we'll see what he can do. Grimo seems to be very strong in that middle sector. Maybe he's running a little bit more wing, a little bit more front end wing as well to get the car turning and stopped in time, because that's really helping him defend against Blood Diamond. Monster's quick as well, but both those drivers flashing away with their ERS batteries. That's going to hamper them on their approach to Grimo. Jack just doing what he needs to do, just biding his time. He can save his battery. Oh, what happened to Blood Diamond? Got very squirrely. I think he came across the track. Monster's on the inside. A little bit of wheel banging as Monster had to back out. He has, but that's now Jack. Oh, Monster goes back. There's Jack on the outside. He's trying to go through them both. Jack is trying to go out the outside of Blood Diamond. Can't. There's now Monster trying to seize back the opportunity. He does and gets back through. Good racing from them all. Through there, just about. Liquid Gas has actually got 3-second penalty. Dom's got 10 seconds. Not sure how you managed that, my friend. Oh, I think he went way wide, and he is there outside of turn 3. He's a little bit beached, I think, so we won't draw attention to him, unfortunately. It's not nice to do, so fingers crossed. Dom, keep going, my friend. That 10 seconds is really unlucky. So let's see now. Back to status quo as well. That's allowed Thomas right on the back of these guys. Now, don't forget, hard tyres for him. After about next lap or two, I think the crossover was going to start to happen. Maybe more for the medium tyres than the hard tyre runners, but the crossover is coming. That's key. Now that most are lining up again, but they're within the DRS Blood Diamond of Grimo. Monster didn't attack too much that time round. Just decided to play the patient game. Nearly got stung a little bit last lap out. But I mean, with Blood Diamond getting a little bit squirrely, and then nearly losing the place to Jack, but then luckily got it back through turn 4 with some great overtaking and great space and respect given from them two. Obviously good friends, know each other quite a few years now. I have personally raced with them both and Grimo, our current leader, for a number of seasons in another league, and Monster, of course, still part of that league. Former teammate of mine and a good teammate as well he is. But it's good to see him doing some good racing, great wheel-to-wheel, being patient now that he just has come on the last few seasons and a few races, so it is fantastic to see, and I'm glad to see that I've helped him a little bit. I'm going to just puff my chest out, but I've helped, and there we go. But moving on from that one, sorry about that, I couldn't resist. Monster's having another look, but not quite close enough. Is he close enough? He is right there. Chef's got a warning. Now Argella's got a warning for that. Monster's trying the outside line. Diamond's had to go defensive. Jack with a late lunge on the inside of Monster. There is a bit of contact. That was a bit late. Has had to back out of it. Monster survives. But that was close. But now look at this. This is Thomas is trying to get involved. Now, don't forget the difference in tyres. Oh, that's a really dizzy helicopter shot. We'll go back to that one. Oh, we have to. But Monster's getting swamped, and he's... Whoa, oh, there's been contact between them both. Oh, no, Monster... just squeezed from Thomas and Liquid Gas. That's allowed a virtual safety car to come out. Oh, that was a bit naughty. But virtual safety car for the damage to Monster. Is he okay? He's lost... Oh, most of his front wing. That is not just a little bit. That's half a front wing for Monster in the Ferrari. That's so unlucky. Was looking really, really good as well in that early stages. That's going to allow Grimo a bit of a reprieve as well. Are we going to see any pit stops? It's only a virtual, not a full. We may see a pit stop or two if it lasts a little bit longer. We'll have to wait and see. If you're watching, folks, if you can, let me know what you think of that incident there. I think it was a little bit unlucky there. I think, yeah, Monster just got squeezed, and the gaps, I think, just drivers a little bit unsighted personally, but we'll wait and see. The virtual safety car, is anyone going to pit from this one? Grimmo stays out. What about Blood Diamond and Thomas? Well, Thomas would. He's on the hard tyre, so it makes sense for him. Jack's pitted. Monster has pitted to get rid of that damage on his wing. We'll wait and see what tyres these guys go on. Let's have a little look, shall we? Molson, speeding in the pit lane. Getting a few penalties coming through now. Trem as well. Not hitting their markers right with that one, but still under virtual safety car conditions. So, hard tyres for Monster. Liquid Gas, he's gone on the mediums. Be interested to see if he can take them this long. But now we go green just as the rest of the drivers are leaving the pit lane, so they will lose some time, but hopefully they'll get back onto this where Grimmo leads us away. Now the top, he's now surrounded by RB cars, where his teammate was surrounded by them as well last week. So role reversal, next teammate, next one in line. Let's have his wing mirrors full of the blue and the white, where Blood Diamond very, very snaky through there. That's now dropped him outside of that DRS point. Is he going to have it? Coming exit. Grimmo got snaky as well now out of Junkow, and I think because the DRS point is very, very late out of Junkow up the hill. Has he got it? He does have it, but this is where now, and I think he has just moved over, allowed his teammate to go through. He has, playing the team game, the hard tyres now. I said that they are coming into their own, and now is Grimmo going to be under pressure from the hard tyre shod Thomas, and what can he do where these tyres are going to be feeling very consistent, very nice for him as well. So we've got Mike Taylor a little bit, he's under pressure from Vexman. This helicopter shot is, wow, that's dizzy. Oh, there's another one. Wow. Right, we'll move away. Connor and Chief and Chef, they have not pitted yet, but they're up in 6th and 7th. Excuse me, I need a drink while I'm doing this on my own. Monster's replaced his wing. He's now on the hard tyres, so let's just see what he can do. He's just going to get his head down. Still points there on the board for him. Let's have a quick look at these penalties, shall we, folks? Don't know what that was on the track, but 3 seconds for a lot of these drivers. Only 4 drivers, Grimmo, Thomas, Vexman and Connor, not got penalties at this moment in time. But look at this, we said the hard tyres are coming in. Thomas is really on a charge. He's got the DRS on the inside of Grimmo, squeezes him a little bit, leave racing room. Come on, Thomas. Oh, there he goes. Oh, a little bit of contact. Grimmo's going to take the inside line. What's that going to do for Blood Diamond? Cuts the line off, which is, well, he couldn't do much about that, to be honest. Going to have the DRS, but is Thomas. That helicopter shot is absolutely shocking, folks. Unfortunately, I would like to say I'm sorry, but I can't really do much about it. Because normally the helicopter shots are absolutely stunning around here and on F124 when we get them. But, yeah, that just, I don't think it can keep up. We have a camera from the 1950s. Actually, I don't think they were that bad. But Grimmo loses it now to Thomas, but just sticking there through this middle sector. It's what he needs to do now. His tyres aren't going to be as good as the hard compound tyres. You may only get about 10-11% on those hard tyres, about 1-ish% per lap. So they'll feel okay for him. Grimmo might be 2 to 3% potentially a lap, and I'm doing from experience around this circuit. Liquid Gas has really got the power down. He is on the medium tyres. He'll have fired them up a little bit quicker than Monster has on the hard tyres. Ooh, as Nigella takes a different line. Oh, he's struggling for grip, and that's just easily allowed. Liquid Gas through on the exit of Jean Cal, but I think he did it a bit early, so Shift's going to get the DRS. He does. A little bit shaky there from him. Grimmo, what can he do? Not close enough to make a move back. Let's get rid of those penalties. We've seen enough of those now. So a lot of action up and down the field. We've got the early pit stops from Liquid Gas, Monster, Mulson, Trem and Don Walsh. And a few penalties as well. But these guys, you know, Thomas has got the mediums, all the softs still to come. It's going to be interesting if he's there at this moment in time. In the RB, don't forget, it's not equal performance. This could be interesting to see what he can do with that car. Mike Taylor's there as well on the medium tyres, so I told you, this is the crossover point. 11 laps in. Are the soft tyre runners struggling for the outright grip now? Are they struggling for traction and just overall pace? We do see on this game, not necessarily the rears going first or the fronts going first. It's not like a complete drop-off. It's more the car just slides a little bit, isn't as responsive. But look at that. The RB's got a little bit more. Oh, wheel banging on that entrance at turn one. I think Mike may have slightly outbraked himself and used his sister car, but Blood is still struggling for traction. But he's through Mike Taylor. He's on the mediums. Don't forget, he can go that little bit longer as well. He'll have a few more laps in him. Could get to round lap probably 22, I think. Pardon me, the soft tyre winners, Grimo and Blood Diamond. I'd love to know what they're hitting over there. I think that might just be the floor, the little dip that's happening there, because it seems like they seem to have hit a bollard that doesn't exist. Well, not to me anyway. So, what can Liquid Gas do? He is on the charge. He is closed down Connor now on his charge on the mediums, back up there. Be interested to see what he can do with the tyres. He is good at looking after his tyres and having a setup that does look after them for the length of a Grand Prix. So, Monster's on the hards. He's okay. He'll be okay towards the end. He can just do what he needs to do, and he has closed that gap to the chef. But Mike Taylor now, Grimo's really dropped off the back. He's going to be very, very running. He's pitted as Grimo. He's decided it's enough on those soft tyres. He's dropped outside of the DRS from Thomas. But now it's Mike on the mediums. You've got Thomas on the hards. There, 1 and 2 come through the field very nicely indeed. A little bit fortunate with the round of pit stops from Jack and Andrew, and the virtual safety car that then ensued. But they just bided their time nicely. They did what they need to do. So we've got, well, it's currently Honda. It won't be soon. But Honda 1, 2, 3 as it stands. Trem with a 3-second penalty. Only 3 drivers now have got are penalty free. Let's have a look at the tyres that Grimo's gone. He's gone for the hard tyres, so he's looking at going the next 23 laps to the end of this race. Didn't feel that the mediums could do it, unlike Jack, who pitted a number of laps ago. So he's going to have Monster at the back of him. Again, good friends. Chances are they're in a party together, used to. So it's going to be interesting to see how they play this one, because they're on closing up to the back of the chef. Monster's taken a lot of time out the chef. I think maybe got caught a little bit with Grimo coming out the pits, but it's going to be interesting to see what they can do. Let's go and watch this battle, actually, folks. We saw Chef get a little bit wayward when he was battling with Liquid Gas, who's now disappeared long way up the road, but Chef has now pitted out of the way. It's freed up Grimo and Monster to now chase down Connor, who also has not pitted. Who is that's behind them? That's Dom Walsh. I think, unfortunately, Dom... Oh, he's got wing damage as Dom. Oh, not a good evening so far. They are hitting these curbs, and it must be the floor. Yeah, he's got a lot of wing damage. That Red Bull is not going to handle very well, so that he's been lapped by most of the field, unfortunately. But again, he just needs to keep going. That's all he needs to do, because if we have the dreaded retirement, only needs 2. Oh, Connor, 10 seconds. Exceeding track limits. I like to know where he's done that, because that's another strange one to do that. The only way I can describe it is if you lose it up the hill through turns 6 and 7, and you go sort of sideways and rejoin after I think it's turn 8, you can get a penalty for that, a 10-second penalty, which is harsh, don't get me wrong, but that's what the game gives you. So I don't know if he's done that, but Connor's now got a 3-second penalty for corner cutting, so the penalty is coming thick and fast now. But Blood Diamond he's gone long on these soft tyres. Vexman and Liquid Gas are closing in on him now. He's dropped off the back of the top 2. That gap about 2 seconds, so those hard tyres for Thomas really working very, very well at this moment in time for him. There he is. He's got a 2-second gap, near enough, 1.8. So you might tell on the mediums. They won't feel as good. They still have some grip, but they'll start losing it a little bit soon. Where Thomas's hards, they should be okay. They won't be feeling too bad. They'll lose a bit of the outright pace, of course, but yeah, he'll be okay. He'll be happy with that, I'm sure. So the 4 of you are watching, I hope you're enjoying it. I hope you've hit the like button. There's 3 of you have, so I'll take that. We'll go with that. But yeah, please do join in. What do you think of the racing so far? What do you think of the strategies? Blood Diamond, look at that! 10 seconds speeding in the pit lane. He's got it wrong as well. That's huge. Because Blood Diamond was up there. Vexman's, well, got it right. And he's done the same thing. Wow, that was just... And he's retired. Okay, moving on. We'll leave that one alone. So Connor's retired from the session in the pit lane. Blood Diamond, 10-second penalty. Wow, from the man who was fighting at the front. It's really, really hampered him. But after those pit stops, now then, we have got the 2 Aston Martins, 3rd and 4th. After pit stops as well, don't forget. It's not a long pit lane here. It feels long, especially the exit through the inside and then the outside of the Senna S's. But, you know, if you can get a run, and because it's a short lap, where Grimo is now, that's when you pit, you're talking near enough where Grimo, sorry, I was talking about Jack there, but where Grimo is now, about here. If someone pits now, you're about level roughly with that because of the time difference it takes, that slow pit lane. And then the exit as well, because it's difficult. When you exit the pits, it's a sharp left corner, and you put the power down too soon. Yeah, it's a recipe for disaster. But the man who will be sort of thanking a little bit that Connor retired in the pits is Don Walsh, of course, a lap down. He just needs one more car and he'll be in the points. But Grimo and Monster just doing what they need to do. Of course, Blood Diamond, that big penalty is going to really hurt him. But that gap at the front, still 2 seconds. But then we've got, 3 seconds out for Blood Diamond. Pushing on, trying to make amends, I'm sure. But we've got Vexman and Molson, 7th and 8th. Yeah. A lot of gaps formed now. Molson and Grimo still nose to tail. I'm sure they'll just do what they're doing. Trem has got through on Molson as well. But all these gaps, just everyone's on their own, just pumping in the lap times now. Jack, you can see, if you're very keen-eyed, you can see in the right hand of your screen, just sort of keeping hold of his battery, doesn't need to press it, doesn't need to use it. If he's got the outright pace, just looking after the car, looking after the tyres as well at this point. Maybe hoping for something that'll happen later on if he's got a set of soft spare. May have them geared up. We're nearly halfway through this race now. We've seen most of the pit stops. We may see a few more. We've seen a little bit of action. One virtual safety car with a three-way coming together between Liquid Gas, I think it was Mike. No, it wasn't. I do apologise. I think it was Thomas, actually. And Liquid Gas and Monster. Where Monster came off the worst, unfortunately. He managed to keep it on track, but the wing damage forced him to pit. And now finds himself from 3rd down to 5th. But doing well. He's only got 3-second penalty. Blood Diamond may come back at him, but that's fine. There's a lot of penalties for Blood Diamond. Vexman and Grimo and our leader, Thomas, without a penalty so far. But everything just nice and calm at the moment. Let's have a look at Trent. Let's have a look a bit further down the field. Well, of course, Monsters decided he was going to have a look and go through one Grimo. I don't know if Grimo went wide before Junkawa turn 11 down the hill. Maybe got a bit snaky. Maybe just swap a little bit. Grimo a lot fresher tyres than Monster. But both on the hard tyres. So they'll be okay towards the end and just keep themselves going. Grimo now decides, nope, I've had enough. I'm having the DRS. I'm going past. Thank you. Another swap. Liquid Gas has just closed that gap. It was 8 seconds now, down to just under 7. To the top 2 have still got to pit, don't forget, but they'll be going on to the softer compound tyres. The top 2 will be quick towards the end of this race. Softer tyres, low fuel. It's going to get exciting, folks. Oh, I didn't notice that Trem's got wing damage, so he's carrying on well. Lost the end plate, so it won't feel very nicely going through a number of these corners. Especially the higher speed, such as turn 3 we've just gone through and turn 4 as well. Depends how that car handles. Just got to take it a bit steadier, which he's doing, so all good. Then up through turn 5 will hurt very, very badly for him. But just doing what he needs to do with Molson. Blood Diamond closing on the back of Monster. He was just sticking with Grimo. They're doing what they need to do, as we've said. This is just this middle point of the race where everything's sort of died down a little bit, other than Blood Diamond, who sees red and literally in front of him, at the back of that Ferrari of Monster. But after the 10-second pit lane infringement, plus 3 seconds as well for track limits, he's going to be pushing really, really hard to make amends for that and try to minimise the damage that it could cause at the end of this race. At the minute, he would probably only lose 1 spot to Vexman if it was to finish now, where actually everybody would just sort of think pretty much be where they are, the way the penalties are, but we'll leave those there for now. Dom Walsh said the fastest lap of the race. Great lap, mate. Enjoyed that one. Definitely have a bit of a smirk on his face for that one. Maybe a lap down, but still doing well, still pushing on. I don't know if he's got the damage fixed on that Red Bull, but if he hasn't, that'll be interesting. Now then, look at this, how Leader has pitted. That's interesting. He was on the hard tyres. Mike has lasted with the mediums. He's gone a lap longer. So we're not going to follow him in the pits. We are going to have a look at the tyres. He did 20 laps on them, but this is interesting that Mike's done 20 laps on those mediums and is still going. But Thomas has gone for the mediums now. He's going to do 15 laps. They'll be okay. That'll be fine towards the end. That'll be nice for him. They will feel comfortable all the way through, I am sure, when it comes out behind his teammate. That's going to be an interesting battle that's going to form between Grimmer Monster, Blood Diamond and Thomas. So round 2 of those battles. Difference in the tyres, of course. So that's going to be fun to play out. Monster with the heaviest. He's got 13 laps on the hards. If he can look after them towards the end, he'll be okay, but he'll have a set of softs. What can Mike do? How long can he go now? Our leader. And he'll come out, don't forget, behind that. He'll come out with Vexman, give or take, because of the difference of the timing. What can Liquid Gas do in second? He's done 13 laps on his medium. Same with Trem. He's still going again. Okay, we'll let him do that. That's fine. Because he's done 13 laps. It'll be interesting to see if he can take 14 more laps to go and see if he can take them towards the end. It'd be fantastic if he managed to take those 28 laps. That would be incredible if he manages it. Grimmo should be okay. He's just got to watch out for this now. The charging Monster, the charging Blood Diamond, of course. Thomas is going to be very, very quick once those tyres come up to temperature, which they will do in probably about now. After a racing lap on the mediums, he should be golden, he should be good, and he's going to be pushing on. But what can Monster do? Let's have a quick look now at the penalty situation. Blood Diamond, 16 seconds. I only thought he had 13, so that's a new one for me. I forgot about the original 3. Monster with 3. The top 2 with 3 as well. Grimmo, as we said, Thomas and Vexman clean at this moment. Trem's got 19. 10 for Moles and 10 for Dom Walsh. They were pit lane infringements, not managing to stop the car in time. Nigella Lawson has got 9 seconds for herself as well. I hope he doesn't take offence to that. I really hope he doesn't. But let's have a look. Mike Taylor. Oh, Mike, there was the leader. He's now got 10 seconds for speeding in the pit lane. The pit board's still there, folks. How could you not see that? He's gone for the softs. And Thomas, on his first flying lap on the mediums, is now set at 10-4. He is on a charge. But Mike, wow, he's going to be kicking himself with that penalty. Wow. So, let's have a look. We've got the 3 seconds for the leader. 3 seconds for Monster. Thomas is clear. Wow, look at Blood Diamond. What a run he got outside of turn 4 and turn 5 into turn 6. Try to have a look on the outside. Not the place to really make a move. Unless you're Fernando Alonso, you're in the wrong car. It's not really the place to make a move. Grimmo, we saw last time out, really tried to help his teammate. Didn't really work for him, unfortunately. Got damaged lap before the end. Just seemed to get away from him a little bit, but really tried to help his teammate. Are we going to see him do the same again? Can Liquid Gas get those tyres towards the end and look after them? There's so many unanswered questions, but now we've got a nose-to-tail battle here, and I think Blood Diamond's going to do what he did before, and he has helped his teammate. He has moved out of the way. Thomas, he knows he's on faster tyres. There's another fast lap from Thomas. This man is charging through. He sees a victory. He sees himself at the top step of the podium. Well, look at this. He's trying to go on the outside to turn 3 on Monster. The grip that this man has got. He's going to have the DRS as well. And he just gets the move done. The overspeed and the grip that he has got. I think Monster played the smart game. Knows that this is not his fight with him. The 3-second penalty, the fresher tyres. Monster's smart. He knows that's not a battle he needs to be involved in. He needs to keep his head down and do what he needs to do with the charging Blood Diamond. He could even let him go if he so chooses, but it's not Monster's way of racing. Just needs to keep the gap more to Vexman, I would say, because of the 7 seconds and the 3-second penalty. So it's actually only 4, but he's got his Mike Taylor behind him with that penalty, but the soft tyres as well. So he is going to be charging through for the next 12 racing laps. Thomas has got the grip up the hill. Is he going to be using his overtake button? He is. There you can see he uses just a little bit of it to get that little squirt, little extra bit of speed. But we saw this in the early stages. Grimo holding off faster drivers on faster tyres behind him with a very, very quick car. And they've closed the gap a little bit as they're racing to the leader. So are those tyres fading a little bit? But here comes Thomas, got the run, and he goes into turn 4 and takes that position into second place. So this is a fantastic race from him so far around. Monster keeping ahead of his teammate Blood Diamond at the moment, really battling well. But this is now a very interesting part of the race. What is Jack going to do? Is Jack going to try to eke this out? Is he hoping for a late safety car, maybe, or a virtual safety car, so he won't lose as much time, where he thinks maybe people behind him will pit as well? Because there are a couple of places you can overtake. If you get the run, you can do it in the middle sector if you're brave. Of course, the 2 major DRS zones as well, where we see Thomas, pardon me, has taken a second out of the race leader at this moment in time. Jack Smart, I don't think he'll fight it too hard when it comes down to it, because I think we'll see at the end of this race. Grimo unfortunately just dropped outside of the DRS of Thomas to help pull them along. We know he's not really fighting with Monster. They've been nose to tail since Grimo left the pits, but it's not a Blood Diamond that they're keeping their eye on. That gap with Mike Taylor hasn't come down. He's now got past Vexman, but now we expect Mike to be on the charge. What can he do in the remaining 10 laps of this race? What can Don do? I know he's a lap down, but anything can happen with all these drivers battling. These are the closest guys on track with Vexman and Mike. But Mike now just got through on Vexman, of course. Don't forget, he's on the soft tyres. But then Molson, Gordon Ramsay, and the Tram. I'm going to call him a Tram. Tram. It's close enough. We're going to go with that. So what can he do? They're just sort of on their own a little bit, just circulating, but doing what they need to do. They're in the points, and that's key. But there's Blood Diamond, sends on the inside of Monster, takes that 4th spot, but don't forget the penalties. He's got 13 seconds of penalties over Monster. The 16 that Blood Diamond's got, the 3 to Monster. So Monster just needs to stick there, do what he needs to do. Whereas Thomas, this is now the key. Look at this. Thomas is trying to go on the outside of 5 into 6. He's going to die now. Look at the hill. He's not going to try that. Jack's smarter than that. Thomas is smarter than that. Jack goes defensive at the top of the hill. I think Thomas has just got the grip. You can see he's all over the track trying to find a way through, trying to not almost put the power down too soon because of the grip difference, and he's got it. Look at that, down the hill of 11. He's got the move done before Jung Kao. The problem with that is that's allowed Grimo in to have a closer look as well at his teammate, but it's also allowed Liquid Gas to get the DRS. But the 6 tenths and 7 tenths in a corner that Thomas has got, I think he'll be safe. What is Liquid Gas going to do about his teammate? He's got Blood Diamond on the charge as well, but there's Blood Diamond further back on Grimo. He's going to have a look at the inside. Grimo leaves him room. Full fair racing room from Grimo to take the inside line. I think there was a little bit of a touch. Grimo still gives him room. There we go. Blood Diamond does get through. Fresher tyres for him. But look at this, Grimmore's not giving this one up. He's got the run through turn 3. Is he going to have a look at the inside of turn 4? That's very, 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 very close. Oh, I don't know. Oh, jeez, that's tight. Wow, Grimmore's not giving this one. There's a quick, whoa, pushes him off the track. Grimmore did well to hold on to that one. Oh, and had to break it. That's just tapped Monster. Doesn't look like there's any damage. Luckily, through all that, and with these battling side by side, that's allowed the top 2 to get away from that. That's saved Jack for another few laps, but oh, that was close wheel to wheel action, wasn't it, folks? A little bit tight, would you say? I think, but oh, okay, all fair in love and war, as they say. But the outright grip that Blood Diamond's got, and the V carbs, they are a lot quicker. Monster got a better run as well than Grimmore from out of Zhongkao, but can't do anything about it. Just doing what he's doing. Again, he knows he's got that 3 seconds to come at the end of this race. 7 more laps, folks. Whew, it's been a long race, but a very entertaining and interesting race so far. Jack doing really well to hold there, but Thomas has disappeared into the distance. 1.8 seconds. That gap, and I imagine that's going to grow and grow and grow towards the end of this race. What can Mike Taylor do? He's closed that gap by 2 seconds to the back of Monster, Grimmore and Blood Diamond after those guys were battling. Is he going to have the tyres? Is he going to have the speed? Let's have a look at the penalties that Mike's got. But he's got that 13 seconds, so he would lose it again to Vexman at the end of this race. So, is Mike worth it? Is he just going to try and do fastest lap, which we can have a quick look at? There it is. It's actually Thomas who's got the fastest lap by quite a margin, half a second. It is 4/10 over Dom, who had it earlier. So that's an interesting one. See what Mike decides he's going to do. But Liquid Gas has pitted. He can't take them to the end. So the medium's not lasting for the man who was leading. Got taken by Thomas. Went for the mediums in the second stint, and he's had to do the 2 stops. So actually, maybe hoping for a safety car. Didn't come, and now finds himself in 7th, but he's going to have a fast car at the end of this. Try to get through Vexman. Don't forget, he's got 3 seconds as well, has Liquid Gas. So it's going to go against him. He may get a couple of places still towards the end due to penalties, but it's all going to play out within the next remaining about 15 minutes or so. So don't go anywhere, folks. Like I said, do get involved in the YouTube. Do hit the like button. Whether you're watching this on repeat or whether you're watching this with us now live, please do hit the like. It always helps. But Liquid Gas has got 9 seconds. Well, make that 12 to get on Vexman in the next couple of laps. I mean, we know he's got the pace to do that, Liquid Gas. I don't know why he doesn't just call himself Petrol. He is English, after all. Very southern English, so, I mean, it's dubious, but hey-ho, he's still English. So he still could, call it Petrol, but hey-ho. But Grimmore's doing a really good job here. We saw Blood Diamond, the pace he had early on, really close Monster and Grimmore up. And he's not escaped now once he got past them. So Grimmore's doing a fantastic job on those hard tyres, which are younger than Monster's. So Monster's just struggling a little bit. Mike has closed the gap to 5 seconds. Thomas has now eked that out. So currently we've got an RB12. That will change. So are we going to see another Aston Martin on the podium once again? Are we going to see Monster on the podium once again? These are the closest ones on track. I know I'm focused on them, folks, but everyone else seems to be just a little bit on the run. Trem's closing in on his teammate for the final point scoring position. But again, I said it'd settle down in the mid part of the race. It did, and then it suddenly didn't. So that suddenly changed a lot, as we've just seen. So incredible racing, some very close wheel to wheel, a little bit of wheel banging, not quite enough respect and space given, but luckily everyone was okay through that. Monster is just struggling a little bit. I wonder if Grimmore's going to try to challenge Blood Diamond and take that second place on the road. That's going to be an interesting one. There we go, Liquid Gas at 9.9. Good lap from him. Sets the fast lap. That extra point could pay dividends towards the end of the season. but that's just allowing Monster now just to crawl up to the back of them. Just get close once again. But Grimo knows that sort of second position's in the bag for him after, with a stunning lap in qualifying, getting the pole position. Monster, another good race, solid race from him. Good recovery as well from getting that front wing. Kept his cool and just did what he needs to do. And is having a fantastic race. Blood Diamond as well. He had a tricky early stage as the soft tyres were very, very overheated, you'd have to say, towards the end of that stint, even the middle of the stint. Wasn't happy at the rear of that V-carb. But Thomas now 4 seconds that gap. He's just easing off. We've got 3 more laps to go. 3.5. As the 2 McLarens close together, 9th and 10th. That'll be just a fight for pride, and depends on the penalties as well. But Liquid Gas is closed down. We said he had about 7-8 seconds, maybe a bit more, to Vexman. He has closed that gap now down to 1.6. Oh, Chef's pitted, so he'll still come up with a point. But yeah, Liquid Gas, Jack's flying at this moment in time, really trying to get past Vexman and get that extra couple of points for the championship. And there he is. Is he going to be within DRS this time round? I think he's going to be. He certainly is. Is he going to be close enough? But the grip that he's going to have. Oh, Vexman gets 3 seconds. So now that's a game on for these two. That's a mistake from Vexman. Maybe got distracted by the delta times to see if the Aston Martin was in the DRS and was going to be within the DRS zone. And that just caused him to drift a little bit wide and cause that 3-second penalty to be handed to him. But here comes the Aston Martin. Ever present. Ever there. Gotta be careful. There he goes to the inside and makes the move nice and easy on the inside into turn 4. And Jack goes on his way a little bit wide there. May have got a warning. You never know what these track limits are like on this game. We've mentioned that earlier. But yeah, they can be quite tough. But now Jack in 6th. 3-second penalties for the people around him. Mike's got a lot more than that, unfortunately. I don't know. Let's go back to these penalties. Oh, Blood Diamond's got 19. I missed that. Liquid Gas could get ahead. Oh, Grimmo's made the move on Blood Diamond. Where's that? That's up down the start-finish straight. Got it early, as he's had to pit. Blood Diamond, the lap towards the end, has had to pit. Maybe trying to get rid of some of those penalties. This is going to allow Liquid Gas to come straight through. There he goes. He's through. Well, I was wondering if he would get him on penalties. And now we know the answer. But has that allowed Mike Taylor to keep that spot as well? But Blood Diamond is going to be serving that 10 seconds he is there. He's sitting in the pits. He'll still keep some points, of course, with Blood Diamond. He's got a good gap to Molson, as he is now away and moving. He's only got 9 seconds left, so he'll be okay. Maybe going for a fast lap on the last lap of the race. They'll put a set of soft tyres on. But that's now allowed Jack. He will get 4th on penalties for Mike, because he's well within the 10 seconds. But this is now allowed Thomas to walk away with the win. Grimo will breathe a sigh of relief as well. He is in 2nd. No penalties to his name as we're about to start the final lap of this race. Monster could be on for another podium as well for him. 2/3. He'll be very, very happy with the start of this season. He said he was looking forward to this one, trying to go for another strong finish and good points, and that's what he's doing so far. Just one more lap around the circuit, the Interlagos circuit here in Brazil. We've had gorgeous sunshine, gorgeous weather for them. It was a bit cloudy to start with, but it's come out quite nice for the drivers. But I tell you what, Vexman's pushing on. Blood Diamond trying to steal that extra point from Liquid Gas as it stands. We'll wait and see towards the end of this race. But for the final few corners, half a lap, this man has played an absolute blinder. Started on the hard tyres, went to the mediums, didn't fancy the softs. They saw them drop off in those early stages, and there's just worked an absolute treat for him. Not a single foot wrong has Thomas since the green lights went out at the start of this race, and the final time up the hill, commanding 5-second win for the V-Carb man. He'll be happy with that one. What a fantastic race from him. He takes the win round this circuit. For round 2, Grimo is going to come across the line in second, just about for Monster from by 10th, who takes third after penalties. Mike Taylor's going to come across the line. He'll have a decent chunk, unfortunately, for that one. I think Don Wall's got another fastest lap there for a minute. Liquid Gas will take 4th. Out of Mike. Drop down to 5th, unfortunately. Vexman got it. What is Blood Diamond doing? He said a purple middle sector. You see that in the bottom right. Is this going to take a point away from one of the Red Bulls? Can he do it? Can he do it? Can he do it? He does. He takes the fastest lap in 7th place. Then we're going to have Mulson coming up the start-finish straight, and then we have Trem, the last of the finish on the lead lap, coming up the hill as well. There's Mulson. 10-second penalty, unfortunately, for that one, but Trem's going to have a penalty as well. A little bit of damage to that McLaren. And we have only one DNF this time round, which was the Alpine of Connor, who decided he's had enough and decided to go headlong into the pits. But what a race that was. Bit of a slow burner to the middle, but a fantastic race nonetheless. I think we're going to have to give the driver of the day to our winner, Thomas. What a fantastic strategy he used, and just kept his nose clean, made the moves when it was necessary, and pushed on when it was necessary, and what a win he had. Congratulations to Grimo Monster on the podium as well. That was a good one, folks. Hope you enjoyed it. I did, absolutely. So we're going to be back next week, don't forget. We'll be, I'm not sure where we are next week, I'm sure we'll find out, but we'll be going live, as always, 7:30 on a Wednesday evening, or around 7:30, if we can get everything working right. But let's have a look at the preliminary results before stewarding. Thomas from the 7th on the grid takes the win with Grimo. Alpo Sitter in 2nd, Monster in 3rd, Liquid Gas, good race, in 4th, couldn't quite get those mediums to the end. Vexman in 5th, Mike Taylor in 6th, Blood Diamond with the fastest lap, he finishes 7th, Molson in 8th, Trem and the Chef in 9th and 10th for the McLaren boys. Then Don Walsh in 11th. He did briefly get that fastest lap, but unfortunately was taken away right at the death from Blood Diamond. Then Connor was the DNF, early on. All that's left to say, folks, is thank you so much for watching. Do hit the like button. Hope you enjoyed it as much as I did, and I'm sure as much as Thomas Grimo Monster do as well. Thank you, everybody, for watching. We will see you in a week's time. Good night, everyone.